The death of the Hamas leader could significantly alter the course of the war between Israel and Hamas. To explore what might happen next, let's bring in Janice Stein. She is the founding director of the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy at the University of Toronto, and she joins us tonight from Toronto. Thanks for being here, Janice.
My pleasure, Travis.
How does the death of Sinwar change this war?
There's no question, and you're hearing it from everybody tonight virtually. This may provide an opportunity for a reset. Now, what's standing in the way of that opportunity, Travis? There are two big ones. One, Hamas has to choose a new leader, and it's going to be very difficult. This is a disorganized force now that's operating as guerrillas. Who that new leader is will really matter. For example, will it be somebody like Khalid Mashal, who lives outside of Gaza and is well known and easy to reach? Or will it be somebody like Mohammed Sinwar, Yahya Sinwar's brother, who may be inside Gaza? That will be a big part of this puzzle. The second, of course, is Prime Minister Netanyahu. Is he open now to a negotiated deal? Can he, as we say, claim victory and open the door to negotiations?
So in terms of Hamas finding a new leader, what do you think the timeline is on that? How crucial do you think it is that they put somebody in place of Sinwar quickly?
Oh, it's really important, Travis, because until they do so, there is no address for the negotiations, and nobody can commit the organization. And that's why I think it's important for our viewers to understand this is a process. It cannot happen overnight. Hamas has to find a way to consult now. And the most difficult part, of course, is to consult the remaining leadership inside Gaza. Is extremely disorganized. One of the things that struck me today, Travis, was that Sinwar was not found as a result of intelligence work, which is what you would expect. He was above ground.
Yes.
With just two others, which suggests that the tunnel system was no longer functioning for him. It was probably a question of food and water and security, and he was forced out of the tunnel system knowing that he would be at greater risk. That tells you there is real disorganization among the senior leaders, Hamas leaders inside Gaza.
What reaction do you anticipate from other regional players like Hezbollah or Iran?
Well, clearly for Hezbollah, this is a very difficult moment themselves. Their leadership has been disrupted. Command and control is not restored fully. Yes, there are units that are functioning. We see these units continuing to fire missiles across the border. So we know there's a level of functionality, but it is far from what it was a month ago. And again, the inability now to communicate with Hamas, part of that went through the Republican Guards, the Quds force, which is the external force. That too has been disrupted. So it adds layers and layers of complexity as they find it very, very difficult to reach one another and to communicate in a safe way.
Dave Harden, the founder of Georgetown Strategy Group and a former U.S. official, said to CBC News that Hamas could kill some or all of the remaining hostages, but there's also the possibility that there could be an off-ramp here for Hamas. What, in your view, happens now?
So I think that is why David Harmon is right. That is certainly a possibility. And you're hearing actually some of the hostage families today, far from rejoicing. There is a great deal of apprehension in their statements. Interesting also, Travis, we know from fairly reliable sources that those 6 hostages who were killed a month ago, the person who gave that order was Sinwar. because he could no longer move around with them. Many of them were frail. In this sense, hostages become a burden, and that is when they are at greater risk. And so that's very real. I think Hamas, in the face of disorganization, there's not a Hamas. There are competing factions inside Gaza now. And some may well make a deal. They may release those hostages and hope to melt into the population and come out alive, where others, acting partly out of panic, may in fact kill hostages who can identify them. Both are possible, especially in the state where the leadership is so disorganized.
We have to leave it there. Janice, always appreciate your insight and analysis. That is Janice Stein, the founding director of the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy at the University of Toronto.